From the beginning of the universe, one truth has always remained. When Shiva is calm, the universe is calm. And when Shiva is angered, even the force of destruction trembles. Sometimes Mahadev's form is an ocean of compassion, and at other times he manifests the cosmic form of wrath. And among all his forms, the most terrifying, the most destructive form appeared, when Shiva was separated from his beloved, his very soul, Sati. And behind this tragedy stood an arrogant king, Daksha. This is not just a tale of pride and power. It is a story of love, of dharma, and of such a fierce rage that even gods, demons, and celestial beings trembled before it. This is the tale of the birth of Veerabhadra, the destruction of Daksha's yajna, and the furious form of Shiva. Daksha, the first Prajapati and son of Brahma, had always been proud of his knowledge and austerities. But when pride turns into arrogance, knowledge turns into darkness. Daksha had many daughters, and among them the most radiant, the most gentle, the most brilliant was Sati. Hearing her name would bring a glow to the earth. From childhood, Sati was a devoted worshipper of Mahadev. Seeing her lost in Shiva's meditation amazed everyone, but Daksha never liked it. He thought, who is Shiva? A wandering ascetic, a sky-clad being covered in ash, with serpents around his neck who dwells in cremation grounds. How can such a being be the husband of my daughter? This thought slowly turned into poison in Daksha's heart, but love does not stop for knowledge. Love creates its own path. Sati's love for Shiva was so deep, so pure, that there came a time when the elements themselves pulled her toward him. She expressed her desire to marry Shiva, taking him as her very life. Daksha tried to stop her, but fate had already written it. Sati and Shiva would unite. Mahadev accepted Sati's hand, and their marriage on Kailash resounded through the universe like thunder. All realms of gods, demons, and nature blessed their union. But one being was not happy, Daksha. His arrogance had blinded him. A time came when Daksha organized a grand yajna. This sacrifice was a symbol of prestige in the celestial realm. Invitations were sent to all gods, sages, seers, yakshas, and Gandharvas. But the ones who were not invited were Shiva and Sati. Daksha knew that excluding Sati was an insult to Shiva, but a mind drowning in arrogance never considers the consequences of its actions. When all the gods on Kailash spoke of Daksha's yajna, Sati noticed that no invitation reached her home. Yet her heart said, I am Daksha's daughter. I have the right to attend the yajna. A yajna belongs to Dharma, not to a person. Shiva tried to reason with her. Sati, people who burn in the fire of ego cause pain to those around them. Daksha may speak harsh words to humiliate you, but Sati's heart was aching. She said, Lord, what will people say if a daughter does not attend her father's yajna? I will go, even if uninvited. Shiva did not stop her, for love cannot be restrained. Sati, filled with longing and pain, left for the yajna. When she entered the yajna hall, all eyes paused on her for a moment. Her radiant presence is still spoken of in heavenly realms. But Daksha, he did not rise from his seat. He neither greeted her nor blessed her. And then happened what should never occur in the history of the universe. Daksha mocked Sati in front of everyone. He called Shiva Lord of Ghosts, Dweller of Cremation Grounds, Naked Ascetic, Beggar Yogi. He said, You are the wife of someone who knows neither Dharma nor society. You have disgraced your lineage. Sati's heart shattered. She had never endured such pain, humiliation, and sorrow. Then Sati spoke words that made gods and sages tremble. This body that has today heard the insult of my husband is not mine. This body belongs to Daksha. I abandon it here, in this yajna, fire. Sati immolated her body with her divine radiance, and a catastrophic light burst through the yajna grounds. The gods wept. The wind froze. Fire itself became silent. This was the moment of Sati's self-immolation. And with that moment, the balance of the universe collapsed. On Kailash, Shiva was in deep meditation, but the vision of Sati's sacrifice appeared before him like a blazing apocalypse. Shiva's body trembled. Pain, sorrow, and rage erupted within him simultaneously. For the first time, he released the power he kept hidden behind his ascetic form. Lightning surged from his matted locks. The radiance of his eyes shook the heavens. He stood motionless. But sometimes stillness is more dangerous than a storm. Shiva roared, "Daksha! You have insulted Dharma! You have insulted my Sati! Today your yajna, your kingdom, your body, nothing will remain." In that moment, Shiva manifested his destructive form. From every pore of his body emerged forces that devour the wicked. He neither danced nor roared. His rage itself had become an ocean. Then, from his matted hair, he drew forth a blazing, trembled. His height towered like mountains. His body glowed like lightning. In his eyes burned only one thing, the wrath of righteousness. Shiva commanded, "Veerabhadra, go, destroy Daksha's yajna, erase his arrogance from the universe." Veerabhadra bowed. Behind him manifested another fierce power, the form of Mahakali, Bhairavi. Now this battle was not of gods. It was the will of Mahadev himself. In the yajna hall, after Sati's sacrifice, a deep silence had fallen. But when the earth began to shake, everyone knew destruction was approaching. Amid storm, lightning, and thunder, Veerabhadra appeared. The grandeur of Daksha's yajna was reduced to dust in moments. Sages fled, gods trembled, soldiers scattered. Veerabhadra's first strike fell upon the guard at the yajna gate. With one blow, the pillars of the hall collapsed. Fire, smoke, and storm rose together. Veerabhadra spoke only one sentence. "Where there is a Dharma, there will be destruction." Indra tried to resist, but was thrown back. Chandra dimmed his light, but Veerabhadra's radiance surpassed it. All barriers of gods and sages fell apart. Veerabhadra struck everyone, but killed none. His sole target was Daksha. Daksha trembled on his throne. He never imagined that his insult would return as cosmic destruction. Veerabhadra entered the yajna hall. He saw Daksha. Silence filled the space. Veerabhadra declared, "You insulted Sati! Today, your arrogance will die!" Daksha tried to flee, but Veerabhadra punished him. His body fell in the midst of destruction. Thus ended the arrogance of the Prajapati. After the destruction, Veerabhadra, Bhairavi, and the gods returned to Kailash. Shiva heard and knew everything, but said nothing. His rage had quieted, but the pain of losing Sati still burned within him. The gods prayed to him, "Lord, though Daksha erred in arrogance, the existence of a Prajapati is essential for Dharma." Shiva closed his eyes briefly and said, "What has happened was for Dharma, but rebuilding is also Dharma." Shiva blessed Daksha's body, and Daksha was restored to life. But Shiva changed his head, giving him the head of an animal, for arrogance is unworthy of honor. Sati was reborn as Parvati. Thus began the reuniting of Shiva and Shakti. And Veerabhadra became the eternal symbol of Shiva's wrath, destruction, righteousness, power, and cosmic order. This is not merely a tale of fury. It is a tale of love, transformed into strength through suffering. It is a tale of Dharma, maintained even amid insult. It is the tale of Shiva, both serene and destructive, and forever reminds her, where there is a Dharma, the destructive form of Shiva shall awaken.